Hi, Williamson County. This is Felicia with the League of Women Voters of Williamson County. This is part 3 of our series, and now we're going to talk about when the local elections are being held. In this video series, we are talking about local elections that are held in May. You might also hear these referred to as municipal elections. It's the same election. We vote on local issues and for local candidates in almost every election, but May elections have only local candidates and issues on the ballot. Our municipal elections are always held on the first Saturday of May. We're used to thinking about elections being held on a Tuesday because November elections are always on Tuesdays. But May elections are always on a Saturday, and this year, Election Day is May 3rd. It's helpful to think about Election Day as the last day to vote because in Texas, we always have several days of early voting. It's the same ballot and the same process and some of the same polling locations. But the extra early voting days gives you some insurance. If you get sick or you have to leave town on Election Day, but you've already voted during early voting, you don't have to worry about it. Early voting for the May 3rd election begins on April 22nd and ends on April 29th. From April 22nd until April 26th, polling places will be open from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. And then on April 28th and 29th, polling places will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Note that during early voting, the polls will not be open on Sunday, April 27th. During early voting, there will be 16 polling locations throughout the county. And on Election Day itself, 26 polling locations will be open throughout the county. We have countywide polling places, so during early voting and on Election Day, you can vote at any open polling place. You can find a complete list of early voting locations and dates at wilcotx.gov/elections. Some voters are eligible to vote by mail, but that's a pretty limited group in Texas. You can vote by mail if you're over 65 years old, or if you're going to be out of the county on Election Day and during early voting. You can also vote by mail if you are disabled, or if you're in jail but are otherwise eligible to vote, and also if you're expecting to give birth up to 3 weeks before or after the election. Please note that voters over 65 and disabled voters can apply once a year for all ballots, but everyone else who wishes to do so must apply for every election. If you need to apply to vote by mail for this election, your application must be received in the elections office by April 22nd at 5 p.m. But the mail takes time, so give yourself the best shot. We recommend sending this application in far in advance of the deadline. If you vote by mail, your ballot must be received in the elections office by 5 p.m. on May 5th. So in summary, Election Day is May 3rd, but you can vote early, and some voters can vote by mail. In part 4, we'll talk about what's on the ballot.